You know that moment when you're just browsing the World Wide Web and you see an image of something that seems fake, but then you find more and more images of it until you realise it's a real thing that you just have to own, so you go on the second-hand market to find it and probably pay too much for it? I was looking at some weird Wii accessories, from the weird to the normal, the ugly and the beautiful, and the practical to the just use a Wii remote. And this led me to something crazy. A Wii accessory that stood out to me. An accessory that appeared to be a Wii that was wide. Nunchucks that looked more suitable for giant hands. And a totally normal Wii remote? I really had my doubts that this existed, as it reminded me of this. But then I came across people on the Wii subreddit who showed that it very much did exist. I couldn't believe it. I also couldn't believe that I found one. This is the 4Gamers 2.1 sound system, an officially licensed Wii accessory released around early 2008, or as it's commonly referred to by others, Wiiide Wii. It features a subwoofer, 2 nunchuck-styled speakers, a Wii remote-style controller, and a silver base that has space for both the sub and a standard Wii to go next to it. Quite a nice setup, to be honest. But before I can show this thing in action, it actually needed a few repairs, specifically on the nunchuck speakers. The wire had seemingly ripped off. Fortunately, this is fairly simple if you know basic soldering. So, let's open it up. There were 3 Phillips screws on the back, but it wouldn't open immediately as there was some sort of clip inside holding the back on. So if you ever do something like this, don't just yank on it, or you can end up breaking the wire. Oh. Well, I'm resoldering these wires, so it's fine. Before cutting the wires fresh, I unscrewed the metal stand, which was held in with a Phillips head screw like the back. Now before I trimmed and resoldered these wires, I made sure to check which wire was negative and positive. One wire is black and the other is white, so it's hard to mess this up. Now of course, I needed to use a soldering iron that I borrowed from my dad. I've not really had that much practice with it, so hopefully it goes well. All done. Before closing it up, I applied some new glue to hold the wire in, as it would stop me from accidentally pulling the wire out and potentially ripping the solder off. Finally, I repeated all of this for the other speaker, as the wire was close to ripping on that one too. And with all of that done, I now have one cohesive Wiiide Wii. Time to hear how it sounds, once I take it upstairs. So, how do we actually get this thing working? Well, to power it, you simply need a figure 8 plug, which is a plug you probably have sandwiched in the sofa. It's used for many game consoles like PlayStation, Xbox, and printer. The nunchuck speakers, which I find more comfortable than the real ones, essentially have the same audio connectors as AV hookup, with the left speaker coloured white and the right one coloured red. These plug into the 2 output sockets on the back of the sub, so obviously the audio from the Wii's AV cable plug into the input on the sub rather than a TV. Of course you still plug the yellow video cable into a TV. What TV will I connect it to? That one. The sub has 3 buttons on it, power and volume up and down, looking the same as the power, reset and eject buttons on a standard Wii. The SD card flap is also mimicked here, but it does nothing. Please don't try to open it, I swear there's nothing there. But that isn't all of the controls I have access to, as this Wii Remote wannabe has many more controls on it, mainly just for sound. Of which I will test in 3, 2, 1.
I love you, Wiiide Wii.
I love you too, child.
It is the widest Wii, it is a wide Wii, 'cause it's the widest Wii. I take my wide Wii for a walk, we both look down and see a spork. The spork gets snatched up by a hawk, the spork hawk squawks and bolts and talks. Oh my, that's the widest Wii I've ever seen!
Of which I will test in 3.
Oh hey, it's Mr. Beast. What are you doing?
I have to say, the sound on this is quite exceptional. Keep in mind that you won't hear exactly how it sounds in real life, as YouTube compresses the audio, and also I don't have a complex recording rig. The best you're getting is my microphone sitting next to it in a non-soundproof room. But it doesn't really matter because it still sounds great. The fact it has a subwoofer really helps, as the nunchuck speakers can make vocals, treble and mids sound crisp, while the sub can crank bass. Before I tested this, I showed the controller had many more sound settings to mess with, which I will try to present to you all now. These settings are cool, but I would personally keep them off. I wouldn't really set it to loud because it would cause problems for people who come in a mile radius of where I live. And I wouldn't use the 3D setting unless I set the Wii's sound settings to surround. But overall, great sound. Now, how much did I pay for this awesome thing? £58. Now you may think I overpaid for it, but this video is coming from someone who overpaid for a CRT, so I clearly haven't learned anything. At £270. Also, why didn't I attempt to get a boxed one? Well, this thing has barely any documentation on YouTube, but what little documentation it does have shows people unboxing them, with 2011 quality and Windows Movie Maker transitions, aka a perfect time capsule. But they don't show it in action, so I wanted to actually show it working, give a better overview of it, show how to connect it, and even show a bit of the internals, rather than showing an unboxing. You know what? I'll show you more of the internals. Why not disassemble the subwoofer? Wait! This one is in good shape, and I wouldn't want to mess it up, because my track record of repairing things is a bit shaky. So I bought another one that's worse for wear. Much like the speakers, the sub is fairly straightforward to open, with black Phillips head screws on the back and 4 holding the rubber feet on. After that, the back slides out, and it certainly is dirty. Let's just reassemble it and pretend we didn't see that. Fine, I'll show the internals of the controller. Again, it's just Phillips head screws and then it pops open. You know, looking at this, I could possibly cram real Wii remote internals in here. Let me know if you want to see that. And that pretty much covers the 4Gamers 2.1 sound system. A hilarious looking Wii accessory that I would honestly recommend because it sounds awesome and it looks funny. Now I wonder if this company has made any other speakers for game consoles. There's a DSi one, there's a PSP one, there's a GameCube one. Hey, I just want to say thank you for watching this silly video I made. For all of my regular viewers, I can only apologise for how long this video took to come out. All I can say now is I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe consider sticking around to see other videos that I make. That's all from me. Take care.